Gotta adjust the size of the headset.
Yeah, I guess who's back, man?
All right. We got Sonic. Okay.
We got
Braven and BBoySonicX.
We got Braven versus the fake Sonic fan.
Lower that a little bit. There we go. I think that was the right one.
Hasn't even played Sonic Forces.
Could be horribly wrong. Let me try that. All right. Starting with Puyo for it. Gotcha. So far, just doing a mirrored start, which isn't a bad thing innately. Because Ronald had kind of brought that up as an option just because he, on his own willingness, had said, like, yeah, I'm not as experienced with Puyo. So he's like, I'm going to try to get some more notes in these bracket sets. Just, all right, let me watch the people who do perform well. What can I learn and get from them?
What can you steal from pros?
Exactly, yeah. Because we stand so tall because we stand on the shoulders of giants. So Ronald kind of mirrored his start, but then set off a two-piece combo that was triggered right before we swapped to Tetris.
How do you feel? Do you think playing against like the strong, like actually good at the game players makes you a better player?
Oh, absolutely. It might not in the moment, but having even just the data you can get from that will matter. Looks like both of them are
playing against them regularly.
Yeah, exactly. Both of them putting a long piece there because of that gap. It'll be a 3 compared to a Tetris. We'll have to see if either of them really optimize it. But Braven sets off a massive combo on top of it.
Oh.
So you see the things that appear up top there?
Yeah.
If they are a color that is not gray, that is a terrible sign. And the fact that there were 2 red ones there, easy proof of just now this is going to be a dub.
Dang.
That is how you get a game 1 done.
That's a game 1. That's a very clean game 1.
Yep.
He's probably going to carry. He'll probably carry the momentum into the second round.
For sure.
Likely.
He built a far better combo.
It's going to be up to Ron to. It's going to have to be up to Ron to shift the momentum back into his favor.
For sure. It's going to be heavily dependent on if Ronald can either set up any form of longer form Puyo combo.
Which he probably can't.
Which is tricky. But the other thing is, you can counterplay this by being more aggressive in terms of speed. Because it doesn't take a lot of Puyos to cover the opponent's problems. If you set up a 2 or a 3 combo, like a 2 combo that has like more than 4 in each pair, or a 3-piece combo, that'll be enough Puyo junk that it will cover pretty much a complete 2 lines worth.
So as long as you have at least like 5, 2, 2 combos.
If you've got some good combos there where you do enough damage, you will send enough junk that it will cover their combos and they can't react in time.
Oh.
Being able to react and pop your combos early if you need to is an important skill.
But yeah,
and
just
if
react,
he's not
Ron.
able to do that, and he's able to put that like aggression first, and Braven isn't able to react to that, either from not having the right colors or just not being aware in time, it will go huge in limiting his offensive potential.
So yeah, it's a real just react.
Well, it's up to the other person to react. Here, it's you got to make the first move, though, to make it happen, which we'll see how well he does that.
I guess you're not. Okay, fair enough.
Neither are exactly Ronald's forte.
Yeah, I know. Ron's pretty bad at reacting.
Well, not even just that, but him being the aggressor.
Oh.
Neither of those are things that are very common for him.
Yeah,
but
no.
both of them will be important for this regard.
I don't think Ron can do it if it's that.
I think he can. Again, it's things we joke on him, we pick on him.
Nah,
but he's shown he's above and beyond able to learn and adapt as he needs to, and if that means he has to make decisions that aren't his personal play style, he can do it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like to clown on him for that.
Alright, right now Ronald's kind of got a nice opening for his Tetris junk, though, but he's going to have to figure something out here, because here comes some Puyo junk to come up. Even with his doing his damage, these ones are only kind of delaying the junk. So here comes that layer. Alright, that'll get a couple Puyo stuff going, because that'll leave the yellows to fall into each other, so that's a 2-piece. And he does have the stuff to kind of clear out his Tetris junk.
To get a sub combo too.
Exactly. You'll have to, however, the trick here is how do you get access to the next line of your junk? With the pieces you got, you have to think carefully about how you place them. Because see here, he's focusing a little too hard on just clearing space to get to the junk, and it just keeps reburying it because the pieces aren't right. You still, even though you don't have a lot of space, you do have to build properly with the space you have. Because if all you do is just focus too much, you kind of tunnel vision, and you cannot afford to have poorly built stuff for later. kind of pushes the whole floor down. But right now, he's got some decent setup. I could see a three combo happening here. But barely not.
Ah.
This is looking rough. This is completely doable. Oh, but he wasn't able to move around that part in time.
That's it. That's the round.
If you're talking about the punError lemonades, yes, they drank 3. They drank 3. 1 large with 2 refills, and 1 large had 390 milligrams of caffeine. If you drank all 3 combined was equal to 13.5 cans of Monsters worth of caffeine.
Oh, fuck that.
Less than dark roast coffee.
No, dark roast hot coffee has even less caffeine than...
Well, the thing that punError compared it themselves to is their dark roast coffee. Their own. Yeah. It was loaded with caffeine. The point, yeah, that's irrelevant.
Yeah, anything like... Yeah, that amount of caffeine could give anyone a fucking heart attack.
Especially if you have health issues. All right. Ooh, the wrong L there. Ronald can't put that where he wants to. A big part of, like, low-level Tetris play is literally, like, if you can adapt to recognizing how your pieces rotate in a flash, instead of just, okay, which way does this L rotate to, or which way does this Z rotate to, it goes a long way in just cutting down a lot of your execution time.
Question. Depending, you know how you can leave like an opening on either the left or right side? Yeah. Like which one would you say which one is more optimal?
It doesn't really matter. For Tetris, leaving an opening on a side tends to be pretty standard around low and mid-level play because it's simple. It's just, okay, you have all the space to the side of that to build on. It gives you the most space to build various things with whatever pieces you get. At higher level play, like the kind of play Reed was playing, he would sometimes do the inverse, where you build up the sides and you leave the gap in the middle, which can be more aggressive because that can lead to more breakings constantly because you can just keep fitting pieces in.
Oh.
But that's a higher risk, higher reward strat because you need to recognize how to build those walls up properly. It can go either way. And then in Puyo, it's irrelevant because Puyo doesn't matter how high you build. It's just getting that one spot, which technically I guess is on the left instead of the right, but it still isn't so important that you have to have it.
So how'd you go about building in the middle?
Have
you attempted to go for the middle?
A couple times. I lack the skill to do it consistently, but I have done it before.
I mean, the only way you can do it consistently is by consistently attempting it.
Exactly. Although in this current situation right now, both these boards aren't looking great, but Braven's is looking a little bit better. And having a tower is bad, because again, he can only really put the other blue L there. So he's kind of doomed. Now he can put the other L there because he had to use the long piece, but he had to play around that, which just wasted so much time while he has a giant gap in the middle. Conversely, Ronald's end, he's got stuff he can land, but it's kind of sloppy, and he has to fill gaps. He's not going to get any big hits. He's just going to have to do garbage control and then get to his one random layer, and the various levels of random layer of junk he's got left. That 2 combo will delay some of the garbage. As we move on to Tetris, it'll probably evaporate to nothing. Yeah.
You don't commentary make you better at commentary.
Yeah, it's the same thing as anything else. You can just practice it.
Huh.
The only reason I got anywhere I'm decent at commentary with is just because I kept doing it. And with that, they ended up fumbling it earlier, but that was the 3rd run because they did not run it, set it to 3 wins. So that will set Braven's 3rd win and give him that set. So Braven takes the 3-0 over BBoySonicX.
So Braven is making it to Grands?
Very likely. Considering everyone else beneath him has 2 losses. Well, not quite. It is possible. Humberto has a chance here by winning his next 2. He could try to sneak it up, because the thing is, if Humberto beats Ronald, then both of them will have a 6-3 record going in, and it will literally be down to their head-to-head. So this is the big deal set we're going into right now. The Humberto into Braven set, this is the one that's going to matter.
Yeah, I thought they did play.
Yeah, people have actually, like, because they were taking this, they actually...
Never mind, it's them 2 playing, not us.
Zanite. Is it with an X or a Z? I always forget. Z.
Oh, yeah.
Player 2 tag. Control S. Player 1 score. Boop, boop. Control.
How are you holding up, Ronaldo?
Actually, no, it's not. It feels like it should be, but it's not.
Does your brain never
Braven,
expand?
are you still player 1? Okay, good. My brain will be expanding when I get home because I have episodes of 100 GFs to watch.
100 GFs.
Yeah, episode came out today, every Sunday.
Did the spoiler person show up yet?
This is the episode where it happens.
Oh.
It's a big episode today. I can't wait. Don't say nothing. We got Puyo.
I'm not saying. I'm not gonna say anything.
I didn't think you were gonna. Go to game settings to set win count to 3.
That's why. That's why.
They didn't set the win count to 3. Did
So
you press back instead of
wait,
select
so
or whatever?
Wait, so is every
Probably.
future GF just a spoiler?
It's better to be as subtle as you can.
Fair enough.
Some of them are more shock value-y than the others, and some of them are better in their introduction because they need to be explained properly, or like they show up with a crazy thing.
Like you can't just say something out of context and.
Yeah. Some of them you can be out of context with because they're a little low stakes. Some of them are a bit more like story important in their arrival.
How do you know which one's the story important?
Ooh, this is important.
Oh.
Both of them got an all clear at the start. This next combo is going to be big.
Man, what's with Humberto and getting full clears at the beginning?
We'll see who can get the furthest damage out of this because this is a massive boost to whatever combo you pump out. One of them set up just a 1, but it completely blocked, and because he had it on the 3rd column, it killed him in that one shot.
Damn.
The one issue, if you build up in the 3rd spot, you gotta watch that 3rd column.
It really do be like that.
It'd be like that. I have a clip from when I used to play the Mean Bean Machine where Dr. Robotnik did exactly that. He just built up in his 3rd column, and I hit him with like one thing, and it just covered it, and he's done. Nope, round's over.
It was over.
Yep, that's the spot that matters most. We'll have to see how well Humberto can kind of fight back. He definitely can, especially now that he's fed. He's got this. But he's going to have to fight
Food,
for it.
food is energy.
All right, how's he building this Tetris?
Tetris.
Because of the placement of that blue, he's not going to be able to go for his full clear setup, but that's okay. He can still build something. Right now, though, he's got a lot of towers.
Dang,
No
imagine,
one likes towers.
dang, imagine there being set play in Tetris.
The entire game where all you do is set stuff down has set play? Can't believe it.
I know, right?
All right, that's a
No won-
decent swap. It covers
No
a
wonder
couple
Ronald.
options.
No wonder Ronald doesn't write like Tetris because that's set play in it.
Oh, but now that's even worse. All of his coverage is completely gone now. Raven did a perfect 1-2 punch that covered his options, and then the second he tried to recover, just covered them again. This is a very high layer of junk. It's going to be heavily dependent on whatever that next Puyo even is for his chance to survive. His best bet here to recover is he's going to have to set something up crazy here with Tetris. Not even just to do damage, but just to delay any possible damage Raven could send. And then immediately start doing damage control once he moves back to Puyo. It's risky, but it is winnable. If you don't finish your plate in this game, same as any other game. You got to finish them off. Ooh, but the next blue he needs is not coming for a while, but he did get that damage. And he's able to get that gap. And now here's a green and a yellow. Oh, but here comes a combo to finish him off. Every bit of hit he can get to delay matters, and he doesn't have the right colors to activate the reds and delay it further.
Regret this. Woo, that was fun.
Raven gets his 2nd point.
Is this looking like a clean sweep?
It very well might be, but it's not quite over yet.
Queen sweep. Ugh, I almost said that.
I mean, Rulu's kind of there. She'd probably prefer to be called that. And I don't know what Eccolo's about. He just does what he wants. Alright. If I'm looking at this, Braven's kind of building a lot more of a simple standard thing, but Humberto's matched a lot more colors. Depending on how he triggers this, it could be something really significant. But he didn't quite get the right setup piece he wanted. That said, the damage from Braven's early activation is minimal. It's nowhere near as threatening as it could have been. And having 2 red pieces out to deal with kind of messes up his setup too. Right now, Humberto's kind of got a pretty solid advantage. Because right now he has a way better looking Puyo setup. Because that's going to be a 2 into a 3 into a 4 with a double on those reds. So that is a lot of garbage coming his way. It comes all the way up to a red and he's completely locked out.
Yeah, that is a.
He can stall as long as he wants, but gravity's going to make those Puyos fall.
Yeah, that
Gets
is a
himself a
sweep.
point on the
My
board.
technique.
He has a point. He's on the board now. Hopefully he'll be able to take the momentum with it and run with it.
Exactly, he played that phenomenally well. Oh, he's setting up. He's cooking something. I recognize that setup with that T. Oh, he is scheming. And he might just get it. Oh, he's one away. If that line piece came next and he had like slightly different setup, that was a full clear setup. He had the right pieces, but a slightly different build for it. He just barely missed it. But I respect the attempt. Going for that kind of play right now is important because he needs every extra point he can get. The next L he takes is his last.
He'll take an L before he can get the L.
But right now, he's kind of got this setup cooking. Blowing it a little early, but gets a pretty good 1-2 there. And we see Braven being a little risky. That third column's a little high. If a substantial combo drops and he doesn't trigger those reds, it could end very, very quickly. Ooh, a pair of yellow blocks is a little rough for Braven. But, oh, Naruto's got some bad misinputs there. That is a rough-looking spread.
I mean, to be fair, he is on arcade stick.
Well, that's his own preferred choice. He does play well on it. He was able to clean up a good chunk of it, and Braven hasn't really taken full advantage of it. In fact, Braven himself has his own mess to deal with clearing up before he even accesses one alleyway. Alright, he's got something here. But he keeps triggering little ones that just keep pairing with a swap. Well, that's a 1-2. These are decent. That's sort of when trash was coming. So now it's reversal. With that, he was able to clean up and take the momentum on the Puyo side. Very well played. That snapback on the stick is messing him up. He's wanted constantly something different than what he's been getting.
I know melee players have been dealing with that issue for a while.
I'm mad at the game. Snapback is an evil thing that destroys all of your inputs. You will not see me playing this game on like multi-cabinets that are like, oh yeah, it has like all these arcade games on it. You will not find me playing Puyo on those because those sticks always have the worst snapback. You move it left and let go and it wobbles. And good luck having any level of precision for this kind of a fast-paced puzzle game with that mess going on. That is the worst possible garbage he could have gotten. That covered up every single thing he had that actually could have popped. I don't see a way out of this. Tetris looks like a mess, and his Puyo doesn't look much better. It very well may be curtains. It's basically just up to Braven to not mess up.
Ah.
Regret this.
And with that 3-1, Braven gets it. So we only have one last match to run.
Oh, right.
Is that Grants or is that?
Oh, I need to play you and then Grants.
Or no, we did.
We did.
Yeah.
Well, 3-1 isn't horrible.
3-1 is good.
That first game, holy shit, I thought I had it too.
All right, Ronald, you're taking player one?
I thought it was good because you had the better setup for all three.
Yeah, he did. All clear messes with your head. You don't, like, you go, I need to get a combo ready, and you almost never build as good of a combo after the full clear.
Yeah.
It's just like, I gotta build the right combo. This is a win.
Really good. Also, because I just did it like one drop, he had two drops.
Yeah, he did a 2-drop, because both y'all were just, like, scrambling.
It was a scramble situation.
Just like some eggs.
Delicious. All right, I've got the names all set and everything. Now they're just going to update the controllers to be the proper ones they want. And be ready for this last one of our round robin.
Gonna do the bun check.
Really hope Tekken 8 like brings like a lot of high population local tournaments here.
Yeah.
Actually, it just depends on how bad the netcode is.
Yeah, that kind of felt pretty good.
What setups everyone can bring out.
I mean, I can bring my Xbox, but I don't know if people want to play on that.
When are we gonna get the?
You know, I'll advocate for Xbox.
When are we gonna get the? Ugh. When are we gonna get the Wii Sports Resort?
That's at the full combo event. Do, 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 do. There they are. count set to 3. They're all set their proper characters controls. We're going into the final of our round robin pools for Puyo Tetris 2 at Swiss Shenanigans. All right. Looking at how these colors initially come out, doesn't look like anything for full clears, but pretty good setups on the blues and yellows, so we'll see how they build it. Ronald kind of being a little more careful than Humberto kind of sprawling out. Building to the wall is actually a pretty decent strat because it allows you to mitigate how far the colors interact in their certain ways. Because if you get enough of a duplicate of a color, it's a little hard to layer them in a way to where they won't hit each other early. The last thing you want is to like build a color to fall into itself, and then it just clears itself before it could even get there.
Okay. I'm gonna try to be the hype man. How should I do this?
Don't worry too much about it. Just be comfortable with how you're commentating. This is going to be my commentary practice to any of you out there. It is more important that you be happy with what you say than just filling dead air. It is way better for you to say something that you think is important or better to say than just be like, I have to say stuff. So don't worry about it, Pun. Say whatever you feel like is better, but make sure it's something you feel like, I should say this. You don't worry too much about it.
Alright.
In the same way, don't worry too much about your Puyo combos. This is how you do segments. But
Oh, got
got a two-piece.
very chunky two combo.
Yep. Covers up a bunch of his options. He's got to clear that red just to get garbage out of the way. But even still, he doesn't really have access to any of his combos now.
I feel like Puyo Tetris is more like golf in terms of tone rather than like something like basketball or Marvel.
Maybe. I can kind of get what you're going for that. Of like, oh, it's more the gentlemanly game where you're a little more reserved. But I think the level of high execution and speed makes it way more different than you'd expect. Because if you're just spectating, yeah, it's a lot simpler than it
No,
looks.
I'm talking more about the commentary style itself.
Oh, no. Any game can have hype or, like, soft commentary. Depends.
Yeah, but I feel like certain games have facilitate certain styles more than others.
Ronald's busy facilitating a pile on his third column and asking to die for it.
Yeah.
You
You can see how tired Ron looks. It's probably not looking good.
He'll get over it. He has overcome far worse.
Puyo Puyo.
I believe in the man.
Doesn't he
That
look
said, Humberto is no one to scoff at. So this is kind of the early trap. I like that Ronald's idea here is, okay, I gotta build combos, but a trap you can get when you get into early combo building is
that you can
building vertically.
Yeah, 'cause
Notice the difference in how they're set up.
yeah, because I remember during Humberto's game with the full clear, him building vertically kind of killed him.
Exactly. He built it vertically, and it meant, oh, here's damage right in your third column. Done. It's easy to do with vertical columns because that's how the game works. It's things clear, they fall. It's very easy to visualize. But once again, he was one off. The flung piece was next. He was about to have his full clear Tetris again. He was just slightly off again.
Ah, I kind of missed that.
But yeah, like, so although Ronald can trigger these combos now, but he's kind of got to get a move on. Because yeah, see, that did a 1-2, but how you layer these is a little more important. 2 at once, which is a decent level there. Covered up all of Humberto's setup. He's now on the back foot, and Ronald can now set up another 1-2 to try to cover up any of his fixing again.
Well,
But he was able to clear enough in time to where even though if any of that had dropped, it didn't matter.
how much does a chunky one help?
Not a lot. They do a lot more damage when you have a ton of Puyos together, but as a whole, combos are better than a big group. It is much better to have the delayed steps than to get rid of like 12 Puyos at once. The growth from a number of Puyos is more like lateral. It's more flat. But the growth from combos is exponential. It explodes into more. So if you want to really do damage, you want to get multi-layered combos in terms of just things happening in a chain, not, oh, this leads into 3 other things getting cleared at once. That said, there's nothing wrong with clearing a bunch, because, I mean, clearing is clearing. But if you want optimized damage, the optimal thing is to set up layered combos. But the best combo and the best Puyo strat is the one that keeps you alive and wins the game. So if you just gotta get the stuff out of the way, do it. And right now, Ronald kind of doing that pretty well. His Puyo side is a lot more clean. Humberto has a lot of stuff there. Some of it is layered into combos, but it's a little odd in how it's set up, and the top layer isn't looking too pretty.
How so?
So the whole point is like, how's any of this going to fall into each other? He's got groups of blues and reds and some groups of purples that might connect after the
Yeah, I can see that some
after
of the
the jump
gaps are.
falls.
There's a lot of gaps. In
but
the
there's a lot of
place.
awkward gaps that don't really get done as well as you want. The way junk Poyos are cleared is by anything around them getting wiped. So if he can clear that purple, it sets up a combo for him. But notice that that doesn't really lead to anything else because that's just a red that will fall. If he can set up another red, that can become a combo, but he has to think ahead with the junk in mind. And right now, it's kind of an awkward color match that the junk in mind isn't really there.
Ah.
So because he's kind of scrambling to figure out a way to both clear out garbage and build a combo that kills, it's a good idea because if you do that, your reversal is incredible. But the downside is you're focusing on 2 birds, 1 stone, and sometimes you might just completely whiff your throw and not hit any of them.
Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can just clear the both of them in one
Exactly.
shot, though.
If you can, it'll definitely pay off, but we have to see that happen.
It's like the equivalent of getting all. It's like the equivalent of getting all your groceries in one
And
trip.
right there, it looks like he just dropped that basket of eggs on the walk from the car.
Ah.
That was a fun race.
We are at 1-1.
Time for Puyo Puyo.
Starting with Puyo again. Ronald's kind of getting better at his combos. I noticed there that had a red Puyo on the top, so he's getting stronger offense going. Ronald's kind of piecing together better combos as the day has gone on.
Man, if only he could pull that kind of thing in his actual fighting games.
Here we go.
Sorry. Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm being too mean.
It's all good. Is in good jest. But you know what ain't good jest? He's going for another one of his setups. Let's see if he can get the full clear this time. He cannot. That placement of the blue won't do. The full clear requires you to not go above the 5 line. You pretty much have to build the 4. So because of that blue being there, he's kind of just stuck with it.
Ah. What? Good? Am I just mean?
Don't worry about it.
I'll think about it.
There's games to focus on. Worry about that else.
Alright.
Ronald doing a swap combo
Oh,
into a
the
2
double.
piece.
Oh!
But the triple back, so all that does is kind of mitigate some of the damage. But it covers up completely. Ronald can start clearing some of this, though. In fact, it's a very good red placement because if he can do a combo to clear that garbage, it leads into that blue leading into a combo.
Question, when you do a combo, does it clear some of the garbage that's gonna come up?
Yes. The garbage coming in either game can be stalled and dealt with by doing your damage back. Your damage goes first to whatever defensively, and then if you do more than the offense, it bounces back. There's a voice line in the game for it where the characters will shout like counterattack or something if you overcome their garbage.
Oh.
It is a mechanic built in. Alright, he's got those purples kind of in a good place, and that's a duo that clears a ton of garbage. It's not going to do a ton of damage, but defensively, that worked out perfectly. Because now all Ronald has is that one little bit in the corner that he can just build right on top of. In fact, he can do a combo right here if he wants to. In fact, this could be a very good combo. Oh, but that drop is not it. He spawned through what could have been a big combo potential. Because of how he had those purples lined up with how those were cleared, if he did the yellows there, it would have dropped the purples down into them. And then when those purples clear, that blue falls into that last space and triggers the blues on the bottom. It could have been a 3-piece that also clears a ton of garbage. A bad swap there. The long piece would have been a better thing to save, but honestly, he can swap again once we switch back, so it could pay off still. And now Humberto kind of has decent Puyo setup. He can build this into bigger combos, and his Tetris, once he clears that top gap, he can get into there no problem. So right now, it's kind of looking like it could go either way. But neither of them have like a really expansive setup immediately. But they can definitely make something work with the pieces they've got. We'll have to see how they adapt into this next wave. Swap combo. And he's kind of building off of it further. So doing a little bit damage while still clearing his junk. But not quite the Z or the L he wants. He needed the inverse of either of them to get through there. He's kind of scrambling, figuring out what he wants to do with all these L pieces he's got. That said, he's still able to manage a good chunk of damage. That said, Ronald's getting a swap combo ready. It covers up a decent bit, but that high lateral red is able to be blocked. But now, because of that, he's not able to trigger the blues that are there. So that was just enough to cut off the combo he was going for. Ronald's kind of adapted to kind of that counter strategy I had talked about earlier, of doing like 2 pieces and 3 pieces.
Oh, nice, you got 2.
it's not a ton of damage to kill a person, but it seals off their win condition, and that gives me time to just slowly bury you. Play lame, win games, and boy does it work. Because right now, Ronald's looking like he's got a pretty even lead. All right, how does he want to build off of this? Depending on how he builds with these blues and yellows, he can definitely set up a three-piece with that lateral structure there. How does he want to set it off is also important. Well, at the very least, he can delay some of that garbage and transfer it here. All right. It's kind of looking a little slow here.
He had to get rid of
Zanite's in desperate need of that kind of T-shape. These L's are not working for him. Zanite's not really cooking up anything too big, but he's able to get something damaging now. Ronald's got a good chunk of damage coming, but luckily the column that matters most is open, so he still has access to some of this. So he's going to pull the trigger on some of it now just to delete garbage. But right now, Humberto's got so much here that it's now building up. That's a 4.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
That's going to hurt, especially when you add in the bonus he had. That is a lot of garbage. This spells curtains for Ronald.
Yeah, that was a checkmate situation.
Yep. He was able to use all those resources fully. That's the downside of that kind of strat, is you can block off a ton of combos, yes, but if you cannot keep that pressure going, they will dig those combos back out, and it's not like they became invalid. So if you build your combos right, it doesn't matter if they junkify them and block them, you can just dig them out. And the last thing you want to give someone is, hey, I just got through your garbage, and I'm already set to counterattack. Neither of them kind of just decent on their Tetris sides, so we'll see how well this Puyo can make a difference. Either of them could get a big advantage early. Ronald opting not to pull the trigger on that there yet. Oh no, he's going for it. I felt like it could have been something he could have delayed, but now he has the reds ready to be a potential combo.
Man, commentary is tiring.
It can be. Okay, he has an option here, but it's not quite as good as he wanted to be.
I thought it was going to be a 3.
Yep, it could have been a 3, but he kind of panicked and pulled the trigger early in parts that he could have. He tried to play defensively in response to Humberto activating his combos, and it didn't pay off. And right now, we're seeing Humberto get all the aggression he fully wanted.
Yeah, I'm mainly looking at Humberto's side. I should probably look at him.
Arm's kind of in a pinch here.
Yeah, he is kind of looking a bit...
I don't like the patience on that hold. The red could have been flipped and put there perfectly and access his line. He could have set up a Tetris, but he was a little slow on it.
You don't think there... Did he hit on the Tetris side? Did Ron have like a green line coming up?
He did. He had a red and hold and a line coming up next, so he could have definitely made that work. That said, the pieces do stay the way they were before, so let's see if he can try to make this work again. Oh, that misplace of that long will be enough to finish him off.
Yeah, that was a fumble.
That was rough. 3-1.
I still think the best Puyo I've played all day was against Braven. Even though he fucking stomped me like 2 games one after the other.
But with that, we have our finished bracket, and we know who our Grands matchups are.
Let's see.
Zanite finishing with a respectable 3rd place.
7-7 record. Pretty good. Nothing wrong with a 50% win rate when you show up hungry and exhausted.
I don't think Humberto has ever been at like 100% in a bracket.
Well, to be fair, I think once I got to Braven and I'd already gotten food in me, like that was my 100%.
Okay.
Like number 1 seed.
I lost in the number 1 seed. Like, what else? Can I be blamed? I lost the number 1 seed.
That makes sense.
I was surprised I got upset by him.
He took my full. I had an all clear. Number 1 seed was able to find his way around it. He's like, all clear.
That's the number 1 seed difference.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Puyo prodigy.
Whew. Well, when y'all are ready, in fact, Humberto, you want to commentate with me for this?
I
Test.
the webcam set up, we're just gonna forget all about this, and we're just gonna have your face zoomed in. Look how handsome he is. Look at his beard's grown. Look at this handsome young man.
Look at this handsome young man.
My mom was hitting on him.
There you go. Let's see. I think I shouldn't need to mess with audio levels. Maybe. I don't know.
No, we can hear you just fine over here. What are we sounding like in game?
Uh,
Can I get some movement?
Ew. No, in the game.
Oh, my bad.
We don't actually have a webcam on you.
I just thought you wanted some movement. My bad.
What player side are you gonna be on?
I don't know.
Whatever. We gotta get the high level explanations for grands here. Whew.
You're not going to get that out of me, that's for sure.
Well, I'm sure you know more than me and Pun.
I'm going to be honest, I just stack beans.
Well, you do it intelligently enough for it to work.
Sometimes.
Stack bean.
Anyway, on commentary, we got BBoySonicX and
Howdy, yo.
Howdy's Nuts Taste.
Yeah, Zanite. In fact, I'll actually update this for once. But either way, warming up a what?
I'm at MK90 on that.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's the best MK.
How does that help you warm up for it?
He needs to play another brain dead game to warm up for this, like, bean stacking piece of shit.
I forgot I hate you. You said BBoySonicX was bad.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to remember. I need to remember. It had to clock in my head. My, like,
DBFZ.
Dragon Ball
Puyo.
objectively is a pretty solid game.
Okay, so it's DBFZ, Puyo, MK. How many more brain dead games are you going to be playing, Braven?
Oh wait, Wise. Oh, it is Tim player one. Okay. Oh frick. Alrighty, grand finale. So this will be first to 4, and I believe it's Braven that's on loser's side.
I gotta play good. My brother did not do well in poker, so he's waiting for me.
Oh dang. Well,
Oh, jeez.
good thing we're ending it here. Yeah, Peter the Great hasn't dropped a single game today.
Someone's going to have to walk off with some money today. Hopefully it's you. I need to make my gas money back.
All right.
All right, getting
Ooh.
straight into it. We're starting off with Puyo.
Yeah.
What do we got here? All right, Peter the Great's on the left. Okay.
Yeah. So, what have you noticed so far from the tendencies with both their strategies? I mean, aside from Peter the Great just being able to be aggressive incredibly quickly.
So the only thing I'm noticing so far, well, besides the fact that Peter already has a 4 combo going, Braven, he's going a little more vertically. I don't think he really has much he can combo into right now. He did just lock out his purple entry. Oh, it looks like he got the 2 in.
That was good.
Yeah, he got a little bit of damage in, so he's looking good there. Obviously, Peter is he just has faster execution on the Tetris side.
Very much
So
so.
he's, yeah, we're already about 6 seconds in. He's already got his first Tetris.
Dude. Like, I hope it wasn't taken as an exaggeration. Like, yes, I have old man reactions, but Peter the Great is genuinely moving fast. Like, oh, dang,
Oh,
misclick
jeez.
though. Finally, all right, Braven, the lurking legend.
Well, it's not really much of a lurking legend if he has the top seed, so I guess
Yeah.
it is understandable that there is a possibility for Peter to, drop a game, and he did
Yeah.
for the first time in Sencal history, actually.
At this point, well, because before we had our continuous brackets for this, we actually hadn't known Braven was playing this. But I think at this point, with how many brackets we have around here, the seeds are mostly established, right? Kind of get a feel for where everyone's at with this game. But now we know anything can happen.
I do want to say, after starting this tournament, I think we can have a proper seed set up. Yes, we as much as it is joking about, hey, look, first seed, I think we have something established.
Yeah. Nice
On this side,
Tetris.
though, looking at Braven's setup here, he did get a little sloppy with the way he had a perfect Tetris setup going, but now, like after he cleared that off, he doesn't really have anything to build off of that. Now, looking at his Puyo side, he just got that blocked off too.
Don't you love when that happens?
Gotta love that random garbage, but I think
Again.
again, but that doesn't really mean much. If you can just pull off just a couple of singles here and there, he can clear most of this damage off because the openings are still there.
Yep. Oh. What the frick? Dude! What do you... Okay, well...
I look away for 2 seconds and
Yeah.
he's already... Oh my god.
Thanks for coming, dude. Okay, well, I don't know if you've heard me before, but I've applauded both you and Braven at survival. Being able to do what you need to clutch it out and just, like, honestly, kind of just laming it out until you get your opportunity to, like, clap back. And so far, I think that is... look how far he's climbed. Still a lot to deal with, but...
I guess that is true. Now Braven does. We do have to see how Braven handles pressure like
Tetris,
this.
though. That Tetris came right as I was talking.
And that.
Good
and,
lord.
while I say I am the master of clutching out these little situations, it's kind of hard to do against Peter. Sure, I was able to pull it out once, but there's not really a whole lot you can do there. But looks like he is starting off strong. No, he could have missed it.
See, like...
I'm trying to get a read on Braven here, but that's. Oh, geez. He was one rotation away from getting a full clear.
Yeah, I was about to say, could that have been finagled into an all clear? Well, either way, kept Peter the Great from getting too much started.
Peter had the opportunity to get a 3 combo going just now, but he had to clear out he cleared out some garbage instead, which is fine. It looks like he still has he can still build off of that, so long as he puts a I don't know if you can hear me from here, but if he has a blue on top of here and he clears out the greens here, that sets him up for a 3 if he puts a red up on top there, and that's not actually that hard. That wouldn't be hard to get. I mean, just looking at his order, it's totally possible to do so.
Oh, you have to see if it's realized soon enough, but so far...
And it looks like it is. Oh, it looks like it's something else in mind. Only a 2.
Semi-ambitious building, but either way, that got a lot of garbage on Braven's side.
Yeah, and it's mostly due to the swap combo.
Yeah, oh. That's gonna drop straight out? Yeah. Frick.
Alright, there we go. We're at
That's
2-1.
2-1. If I have a bit more. Sorry, I need to put these. I'll put it up in a little bit. But 2-1. This is match point for Peter. Wait, no, not match point. This is first to 4. Sorry,
This is first to 4.
See, Peter the Great has been giving us a taste of just how blazingly fast this can go.
I mean, I'd argue he's been showing that off all tournament.
Yeah, that's just how he's able to do.
It's kind of interesting. I looked at the first 3 sets of starter pieces, and it's not something I would have been able to pull anything out of. But it looks like both of them actually are doing pretty well on this.
Making it work.
Looking at Braven's Puyo side, he really is just 2 red pieces. Oh, I need to see what's coming up in the future, but I guess I should be examining. I should just be examining his Tetris side since that's what we're looking at here. Obviously, he's setting up pretty clear stacks so far. It really hasn't been any room for holes. He's been getting the right pieces at the right time.
Would you consider that rather ambitious, though? Because I mean, you got a Tetris,
and he's starting off with a swap combo. So even though he only got a 2 chain, he has It did cause a lot of damage, but Peter did have to set up a 3 chain just to be able to fend it off, and even now he's still taking damage, which is pretty good for Peter or for Braven there.
Makes sense then. Looking ahead though at the Tetris pieces though, oh god.
No, Braven has a lot to work with. There isn't too many room for mistakes unless he clearly screws up. Well, I spoke too soon. Commentators curse.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking at the possibility of getting that back-to-back Tetris to like clear all that out. The long boy was several pieces away, but either way, now we are on match point for Peter the Great. See if Braven can run this back. Double. Oh, nice. Got rid of everything. Not quite an all clear, but you can already tell what Peter the Great's building up.
Absolutely.
Do we get a swap combo or are we just building?
He looks like he's just building for now.
Okay. Dang.
I've got to say, Braven really isn't getting the best Tetris pieces right now. He's going to have to build a little bit of a sloppy tower, but it looks like he kind of figured it out.
He doesn't have anything to retaliate this Tetris, though.
Unfortunately not, and I don't think he's going to get it for the next couple seconds unless he starts laying down those pieces.
Oh, dude. Okay, I could.
Oh,
nice.
that is
Yeah,
perfect.
I was about
You
to say, if he
you
could
know-
get it there fast enough, but he did. That was pretty clutch.
He did, but it's a good thing he launched it now because he wouldn't have been able to get a swap combo off of anything. His board is basically clear. Great defense.
Excellent. Peter the Great didn't have. He had too much garbage there for the double. There's the double, though.
I will say he is slowing down, though, so I think he is getting scared.
Oh, he also doesn't really. Well, he got a double there. That's good. Gonna have a bit of garbage here. Not going to Tetris. Gonna have to. This is pure survival mode.
Ooh. That had to have been a misclick. There's no way.
This is not good.
This is not good, but I think it's possible for him to clutch it out. I've seen him get out of worse situations. So
Yeah. See, I see like briefly slowing down to like survey what's possible. Oh,
Oh,
not
there we
enough
go.
time. 'Cause-
Peter takes it 4-1.
Yep. There you go.
Do in fact bleed.
I was seeing.
I was not getting.
There's a little bit of slowdown there with the decisions, just to at least try and see what he could do.
Before I could get them started, so I was like, I just
But
have
dang.
to work harder on Tetris because I'm not getting my swap combos in time to deal with Puyo.
It doesn't help that both of you got really bad pieces in Puyo, like all set.
That was some odd luck there.
Puyo
dude.
luck.
I think that was some of the fastest Tetris I played though. Like whenever it was like there was a line piece like 5 moves. Down,
Yeah,
it was,
you.
like,
That's what I was
Absolutely.
talking about. You went mad quick. That was clutch.
You were ready for it.
Oh, alrighty.
You just couldn't keep up the momentum towards the very end, but holy shit, you kept it up a lot longer than I ever could, and you know what I can pull off in Tetris.
Yeah, but in fact, here we could do winner interviews, or just the three of y'all can come on here and talk about stuff while I get TO stuff ready. Oh, right. Okay. Then we gotta hurry up and do payout stuff.
So we got
My
it.
statement's just the same. I bleed. Play Puyo.
The same
To be
message.
fair, it's not the same because last time you didn't say you believe.
Now we know, though.
I didn't say it that way, but last time I said I'm not some beast. I can be beat. I just gotta play more.
So back to what he said of anyone can cook. I guess that's his other lesson of today.
And now he has a copy of it.
Wow. See, well, like I said before, this
Let it be
this
known
is a
that-
mainstay game for me. We
Let
need
it
to
be
keep
known
doing
that
this.
Braven had not played this game up until about 2 months ago.
The come up is real. Like
The
think
come up
about
is
that
real.
progression. Huh?
Am I good to?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure it wouldn't like mess up anything by turning it off.
No, you're good. In fact, I'll go ahead. And,
Next Swiss, I'm gonna grind this game. I now own it.
I will. This is permanently part of the lineup at this point, and then I'll just cycle the second game that's on the
It
side.
is unfortunate though, because I have to beat Peter, because like I got second, so that's the only way to improve now.
It's kind of an unfortunate thing. It's something you wouldn't. I mean, I guess it is technically an upset since you did get first seed.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
lost.
okay. Well, also, this was unseeded. Keep in mind.
Unseeded.
Well,
I was first.
Were you? I didn't actually bother to seed this because I was going to stay round robin, but seeding would have been based on the last tourney that we did, which those results semi-reflect what happened today. Wait, who was it that got second? Was it Phil that got second?
Phil got
I
second.
wasn't here last one. I was here the one before.
The one before.
Are we talking thanks or fights giving?
Yeah, Fights Giving.
Before that.
Before that, you got third, right?
It was
And then Fights Giving, it was Phil that got second.
Phil got second. That fellow from Sacramento got third, and then obviously this guy here took first.
Oh, wait, right. Something wrong.
And again, and to my credit, I was also cooking during that time, so literally
But
cooking.
I have enjoyed continuously doing these, and we're just going to keep doing them. The next Shenanigans, I forgot the date that me and Wilson talked about. Hold up. 14th.
On the oh boy.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything scheduled for the 13th?
No, you have to leave. I can't.
Is there a full combo event?
Battle guide.
No, full combos on the 20th and 27th.
All right, so it looks like we are confirmed to be going back-to-back Sonic Cafe and
Wait, the 6th and the 13th?
no, just the 13th.
The 13th. Okay, cool.
Sonic Cafe and then
And then
into a
Swiss.
Puyo Puyo bracket.
Sick. Okay, that's going to be an awesome weekend.
Look forward to another.
Actually, put it on our calendar because I don't want you to schedule anything else over it.
Well,
I
at
am
this
going.
point, I can't schedule anything else.
I am going to travel 400 miles for you.
I won't miss it. We're doing it. And for next Shenanigans, probably be Puyo and Grand Blue. unless people complain about which setup needs to be the tournament standard. But either way, I don't care. I have it on PS4. Y'all can bring your PS5s or your PCs. We'll just use everything.
Puyo's on everything too.
Exactly. In fact, shoutouts to Tim.
For having the only Puyo setup today.
Well, I have my PS4, but he has played on PS4 before. We had PS4, we had PS4 controllers. But the point is, you can adapt to different environments. But anywho, whoever's been watching, thank you for watching. Whoever's on YouTube, thank you for checking this out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, catch y'all next